everybody. Welcome to all of our friends around the Forever world. It's wonderful to be with you on the Powered by Forever podcast. Number 6.
Yes, sir.
Number 6, and we're excited to be with you. I'm Aidan O'Hare, and this is our esteemed co-host, Gregg Maughan, on our starboard quarter here. But as you can see, we're not alone, and we better tell them where we are as well.
Yeah.
Because we're not in the United States. Our guests may give it away. We are in India again. This is the second time we've shot the podcast in India. You remember the very first one we did was at the Global Rally. And we're here with now let me think, if I get all these things right, what you've achieved is unbelievable. We've got global leadership team. We've got chairman's bonus qualifier, #1 FBO in the world, in India. 10,000 case qualifier.
And a new...
brand spanking new. Not even got a pin yet. Diamond manager. Let's give a round of applause to Diamond manager. Krishna Arora, everybody. Actually, I got the honor of being the personal pin carrier for you. So there is a pin in India just for you, and we'll be ready to give it to you tomorrow on stage.
I'm very excited.
How's it feel to be a brand new Diamond manager?
Yeah, it feels amazing. It was my target from last 1.5 years when I became Diamond Sapphire. So yeah, it feels too good to be true.
That's amazing, Diamond. So I know you've been asking, are you the youngest Diamond manager ever?
I think you may be.
It's not very scientific.
Wait, tell everyone how old you are.
I'm just 25.
Just 25. I love it.
I can't think of anybody that is that made Diamond manager at that age.
What? Katrin Byrie was very young
Yeah.
when she made it, but I don't remember exactly what age. But we'll just say for this podcast, you are the youngest
Thank you.
Diamond manager in forever.
Hey,
Bravo!
one more time. And you're not alone. Harrish, we kind of forgot you there. We got excited about Diamond Manager. We've got our country manager here. Harrish is with us from India, and it's unusual for us to have a FBO and a country manager sitting down with us. So I'm kind of excited about today and where this conversation will go. Harrish, how long have you been with Forever?
About 6 years now.
And what were you doing before?
Actually, I was in the corporate world, and I was working for a company in the food processing industry. So I was handling about $500 million worth of company, which was a subsidiary of about a $7 billion company.
Whoa.
So that's where I was. After that, I joined a smaller startup venture, which did not work out well. And from there, I jumped on to Forever. Forever was a kind of a standby arrangement for me, but I met Rex. And that's how the story began.
As soon as Rex gets hold of you, man, it's over, right? It's over. Well, great. Hey, we have a tradition. Every time and Gregg started this in India.
Yeah.
At the start of every podcast, we toast.
So we're going to toast
we introduced this product last time we did this, the Forever Active Boost. This is the Indian version.
Yes.
Which has become extremely popular. Everyone that comes here and tastes this is like, oh, let's get this around the world. So. Yeah. Let's toast to your success. Let's toast to the success of Forever. Brand new Diamond Manager. All of the above. How do you say cheers in India?
Cheers is cheers only.
Just cheers. So there's nothing special. Well, cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bravo.
Here's to episode 6, Powered by Forever podcast.
Lovely. Love that.
Yeah.
How are the sales going of Fab here in India?
Fab is around between 90,000 to 100,000 pieces a month.
Wow.
Fab is doing Fab.
Yeah, fabulous sales for Fab. We 100,000 units. That's amazing. This country. How many people live in India?
1.5 billion.
Whoa.
And
how many languages?
Well, we have about 27 national languages.
Nationally?
Yeah, so rest of them are there as small dialects, but 27 are on the national sort of.
And how many do you speak?
I speak 3 of them.
How about you?
3.
3?
Yeah.
So there's 27 languages, 1.5 billion people. It's a whole continent. Yeah. How many time zones?
Time zone is one only.
Just one time zone. We got that straight.
Yeah.
but multiple culture, multiple religions. It's unbelievable, the complexity of India. How does it work?
Well, we become used to it. Actually, a large number of people can be covered if we know 3 languages or 2 languages, Hindi and English. Being a British colony, so English is a pretty popular language in India. So even if somebody may not be able to understand or speak English fully, they can sort of make do with the English, even all parts of the country. Yes, there are challenges like in our call center. We have multiple language people who are answering the calls. So we tried doing different languages also for our literature, etc. But ultimately, everyone wants it in English only. So
really?
English does work.
Oh, that's cool.
Like you guys asked me that, would we do translations during the success day? I said, no, I'm going to say English is something which people can sort of make out.
At least there's some consistency to it. It is a vast market. Yeah. And so tell us a little bit, well, that's a little bit about how you came involved, but Krishna, what you've achieved over the last 8-9 years, is it?
7 years.
7 years is remarkable. Tell us a bit about that journey. Go back a little further.
He must have been right out of high school.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Think about that.
18.
Yeah.
18 years old. I hope you're 18
right?
when you signed up for him. Let's just double check that. Tell us a little bit about before. I don't know how much could have been before, but and how you ended up in Forever.
So yeah, you were right. I was in high school when I got introduced with Forever. So me and my cousin Tarang, he's my upline also in this business, we were looking to start something of our own. Not Forever, but yeah, some business. We was just about to complete our high school. So we were looking to start some business. Coincidentally, Tarang's neighbor, Mr. Jatin, he was doing Forever. We were not aware that he was doing Forever or something. So one day we coincidentally was in a same lift going upstairs to our floor. So we were not very close, but we asked him, what do you do? He didn't told us anything. He didn't tell that he was in Forever, but he said, let's come to a seminar with me. So day after that, we went to Forever office, Delhi office, and we attended a training. For me, at the age of 18, being in school, it was not something usual, attending a seminar which is full with people of the age 40, 50. So it was something new to me. But one thing I liked, that everyone there was motivated to do something, to achieve something. So one major thing that I say always that clicked me to understand Forever was the environment. Because if I am in the good environment, it will obviously help me to grow in life, not in only financial terms, but in my personal terms as well. So that day I was keen to understand more about Forever because of the environment. But when I started understanding Forever, I got to know about income potential, I got to know about trips and all, the lifestyle that Forever offers, the product, the health benefits that Forever offers. I was amazed. But the main challenge for me was to convince my parents because I was in school and they were hoping me to start my graduation. And to be honest, I was good in studies. So I got good grades in high school. I was about to pursue engineering. It was my childhood dream to be a software engineer, to develop an app and all. But after a few days, I told them that I don't want to be an engineer anymore. I want to do a business of my own. So initially, they said that, is it the right decision? But what I appreciate about my parents is that they always supported me, no matter what. They trusted my decision. They supported me to start Forever. They knew about Forever somehow, like somebody back 5-6 years back at that time offered him aloe vera gel. So they knew about the Forever. So they let me start. I started then, and my interest went up on the heights after getting involved by seeing the culture of Forever, that everybody is helping, and seeing the culture of upline and downline, because usually in life there is no one to support you to start something. But in network marketing was new to me. So there is someone to support you, to guide you. There is management of Forever to support you, to guide you. So that's how I ended up in Forever. And I think that's the best thing that happened in my life. Because
And what do your parents say now?
They say it's the best decision.
They're glad they listened to you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, your parents are so supportive now, huh?
They were supportive from initial days as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's common. Every parent thinks that is their child going in the right direction or not. Because I was good in studies. I was not something that I have to look for other options. But yeah, it was the best decision to start Forever.
My question to you is, starting off at 18, so young, you know, and I realized you had a lot of aspirations and dreams and you were motivated by that. But when you go and talk to other people, you were so young, inexperienced, and I know probably a lot of young people are watching this going, how did you get the credibility in the beginning? How did you convince people to join you in your effort in building a Forever business?
Yeah, I remember in beginning it was very tough because whenever I tell something to someone, they think that what this young kid will teach us or something. So yeah, it was tough for me, and I was young, and even though I was 18, from my looks and from my body weight and all, I seemed to be 15 years old kid that time. So it was very tough. But one thing I learned that time is that if you lack in skills, you have to play in numbers. So I never stopped. If I am talking to 5 people and getting 4 rejections, so it's obvious if I'll go to 10 people, I'll get 8 rejections but 2 conversions. So I kept on increasing my numbers. So starting first 2 years was like this only, that I was approaching people offline. Nobody from my hot market, my friends joined me. Nobody. Because we all were in school and everyone started their graduations. Only me, my cousins, we started this business. No friends started. All of I did is, there is something surprising for you as well. Initially me, my cousin and my teammates, we used to go in public transports, like in metro. In Delhi we have metro. So we start at one station, but my cousin go to another direction, I go to another direction. We say we'll meet after 2 hours by collecting 10 numbers in metro. And it was very awkward for me because I used a strategy to connect with people. Like if I'm sitting with someone, everyone is on mobile. Nobody is interested to talk to you. But almost 50% of them is playing games. So what I do, I know that he's playing Subway Surfers. But I'll still ask him, what is that game? It is very interesting. So now the connection started. So that's how I initiated my journey. But the numbers is the thing that helped me getting through the problem of age.
I like that comment. What you lack in skill, you make up in numbers. That's a very interesting concept. That's a good way to put it.
It really is. And also the fact that you heard a lot of no's.
Yeah, a lot of no's.
So what made you keep going? Because a lot of people quit when they hear the word no.
At that time, I don't exactly remember, but nowadays I tell in my trainings that no means next opportunity. The full form of no is next opportunity. So yeah, that worked for me because that time nobody told me this statement that no means next opportunity, but somehow I kept it in my mind, or it was in my destiny that I have to keep on going. And I was having no options. I was from very lower middle class background. My parents did their best to grow me up. So it was my time to do something for my life. Like we say a lot in our trainings, being born in a lower middle class family or poor family was not my choice. But to die in a middle class family is up to me. So if I have to change that statement for my kids or for my family, I have to work for it. So that motivated me to keep on working.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
It is amazing, yeah. Especially at such a young age.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't easy, yeah.
Yeah, it was not easy.
I think that we gotta to see you this end 7 years down the road. That was 7 years of hard work.
Yeah.
And I think it's always important that we have to make that point to people who watch, because it's not fair sitting here looking, I want to be him, and not recognize that, you know, how many hours a day are you working?
It's not like hours. My whole day is work.
Yeah.
Because my life is work.
Exactly.
I am comfortable in doing whatever I am doing. Since morning I start, my first call is of someone related to my business. The time I sleep, my last call is with someone who is related to business. So my lifestyle is my business.
Yeah. And I think
who's telling you to do that?
Nobody. Because I have to work for myself. Nobody will tell me what to do or not. It's my choice. I always say in my trainings, and in last podcast, Rolf also mentioned it, that if your business is your comfort zone, then your business will be successful business. If you are thinking to go out of your comfort zone and doing business, it's not that right thing, because you have to make your business your comfort zone.
Yeah. But you got to expand your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because like when you first come, your comfort zone's too small.
Yeah, you have to expand.
You got to expand it and push it out. I learned a lot from what Rolf said about that. Even in my own life, is to if something is uncomfortable, make it so it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And so you've expanded your comfort zone. Now, Harrish, it sounds like it was really easy for Krishna, but what role do you think the company plays in that relationship?
Well, Aidan, actually when I joined the company, I used to see long queues of people standing outside our offices for trainings, for joinings, because there was a hand-filled paper which they had to submit, then which the company had to enter in the systems, and then the joining happened. Then there was a banking system where they had to, give checks or deposit money in the bank, etc. And then there was again a long queue. I was thinking that if a person wants to buy one toothpaste, he has to stand in a queue for 2 hours to buy a toothpaste.
Yes,
I would say that because coming from a different background, I always used to wonder that how will the business survive with so much of complexity around the business? And I was actually thinking all this while. I joined in 2018 when still there were no signs of COVID. But I had already started thinking in terms of, how can I take the product to the customer's home? How could I make payment sitting from his home? How could we take trainings to his home? How could we sort of do everything which is without so much complexity? When I tried doing that, I used to talk to our older leaders. They were a bit skeptical. They said, no, this business works this way only. But in the minds, we had already started working on that process without anticipating that something like COVID would happen. And unfortunately for the world, but fortunately for us, COVID led to a very quick acceptance of all these things. I think we were one of the first companies when the lockdown happened to start with Zoom trainings. I think within 1 week or so, we took a subscription of Zoom and we actually started off with Zoom trainings. I think we were one of the first companies to do a virtual success day during the COVID. So I think that process, the youngsters were quick to latch on to. And I think that was a turning point for us, because the 2 years before COVID, I was working with our existing lot of leaders. And suddenly during COVID, most of the youngsters who were social media experts, who took to this online system almost like fish to water. And that's where the real growth started, and our approach of the company started getting more focused towards this younger lot. And when they went on social media, it sort of simply blew out of proportion. Like pre-COVID, we used to have about 20,000 joinings a month. Now, you can imagine we have about 250,000 joinings.
Wait, say that again?
250,000.
No, don't say it again.
So, if we had not prepared for this in our processes, imagine 250,000 people lining outside our offices. All
for
the
a 2-hour process.
The 2 hour would have become almost 10 times. People would have been disappointed. So I think we managed to do all the things at the right time, anticipating things, and that's probably what helped us.
Amazing.
This, I know you're very active on social media, and what Harrish is saying there about moving the business digitally. What are your thoughts on the balance between in-person, online? What are your thoughts on that? Because we get that question a lot, as we go around, is I want to be online, I want to be in person, what's the best thing to do? What are your thoughts on that?
See, my journey also started with offline only. It was not like I started forever with the online culture. I started offline. We were also having seminars for sharing opportunities. It was same as all the other leaders did in their times. But after COVID, as Harrish mentioned, we shifted to online. So I know what is offline and I know what is online. The thing I like about online is that there is no limits. For seminar, if I'm doing a seminar, there is a limit of a hall. Like if it is hall of 500 people, I cannot tell the opportunity to 600 people because I'm not able to accommodate them. But on online, there is no limit. I can tell to 1,000, 5,000, 50,000, how much number I want to. But offline, there is a good connection. Online, there is less conversion because you are not meeting in person. Offline, there is more conversion. So what I work on is how I balance this is like we show opportunity online, but we celebrate opportunity offline. Like initially, the initial days of person who start business with us is all online because there is no state boundaries, no limits of persons. But whenever a person is in this business, Forever India organizes Success Day after every 5 months maybe. So we invite our whole teams to the event and we meet in person. Like as of now, there are almost 6 trips of my personal team going on. Trips before Success Day. Some trip of 250 people, some trips are of 100 people in whole India. And why this time? Because they have to attend tomorrow's Success Day. By tonight, they all will reach Delhi and tomorrow they will be in Success Day. So that's how I manage online and offline. But yeah, both plays important role.
I love that separation. Remind me that again. You share the opportunity online, you celebrate offline.
Yeah.
Because that's a question that we get asked a lot. Is about that balance.
You just. I was just going to ask Harrish. We're going to celebrate tomorrow at a Success Day here in Delhi. How many people will be joining us?
Close to 18,000 people.
There's a good balance, right?
18,000 people.
18,000, 20,000 online, 20,000 offline.
Amazing. Yeah, and there's a million reasons why the business shouldn't work here. You know, there's the complexity we talked about. There's the sheer geographic challenges, the language challenges, the culture challenges, the economic challenges, education, all these things. And yet the business flourishes here because of just it's almost like India got to look at the world through social media and said, the rest of the world is living in this way. We want a vehicle that will help us to enjoy this, you know, and it's amazing to see, you know, incredible. We talk a lot about the opportunity. We talk a little bit about product because we have a very unusual product mix here, which I'm beginning to love. Last night we got into our hotel room and I was a little bit hungry when we got off the plane, and this is the brand new fast break. Yeah. What do you call that? Pack, I suppose. There's 5 flavors in here. Yeah. And they come like this size. Just
35 grams.
35 grams. They're absolutely brilliant. I had that chocolate one last night.
2 of them have a high protein.
Choco almond and choco orange.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know which one it was, but I'm going to steal it out of here again for the night. But and is this going well?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Is this new?
I think about 3 months.
Uh-huh.
We're selling almost 100,000 pieces a month.
100,000 units. Yeah. It's amazing. How do you get the young people that you're talking about engaged in product? Because I know a young person feels invincible. Yeah. When you get to Gregg's age,
easy.
We're the same age, by the way. When you get to our age, you suddenly realize that things don't work like they used to, and you're really looking for some health and nutrition. You know, how do you get the people in your business engaged with the product?
So initially, and if I talk about 2 years back also, it was a big challenge for us because I know the business requires product usage a lot, but my team personally and young generation in Forever India was not using that much product. So for that, I think company did the best thing to introduce new lineup of products. Yeah. Because having such products is like using those products they are already using. Chocolates and protein bars, every youth is already using. So energy bar replaces that product. So it increased their usage. Fab, energy drinks are people using energy drinks. So Fab replaced that. So new products helped me a lot in this scenario. But if there was no new products that time 2 years back, what we started to doing, we started showing up products on our daily lifestyle on social media. Like earlier, we only used to show up our lifestyle, our work, our seminars, webinars, and all things. But we were never promoting products on social media. But 2 years back, we started, me and my personal leaders, we run a campaign that if everyone will post a story of using their products 7 days continuously, they will get a chance to meet me in my office. So it was something people were chasing to meet me, because I was that time also I was on good level. I was number 1 in India. So that campaign became successful, because earlier when I open Instagram, I see stories of people only about business. But those 7 days, all the stories of every leader was of products. Even I was surprised that how successful this campaign is. So people got habit of using products by showing up products.
Yeah.
Because after 7 days, they were not posting. But if I ask them, they are using, because they developed a new habit of using product. So young generation was not conscious about healthy consuming, but they were in habit of consuming nice products, and Forever's products are always nice. And new products is amazing, because these products, we don't have to create habit for them. They are already in habit of using these type of products.
Just switch the brand.
Just switch the brand.
Yeah.
And the ticket size is also nice. So it is not a challenge for our people. Like earlier, it was a good challenge for young people to spend money, to spend a good amount on the products, as products are expensive. But new products are not that expensive as compared to other products. So the ticket size also affected a lot, and it changed the way of using products in our teams.
Actually, earlier, Aidan, when the system was offline, people used to have meetings, offline meetings, where they used to ask people to FBOs, to new joinees, to bring in their products and open it, and then touch and feel and use them. So one of the biggest challenges when we were online is, how to ensure that people who have taken the products to make them use it.
Yeah.
So I think now most of the online teams, they're doing this process that after their prospecting is closed, after they create the ASs in the last month, next month their opening meeting is, okay, let's have a meeting where all of the people are supposed to bring their products on their Zoom show, and one by one they make them open the product, consume it. So online you can see each other doing. So trying to replicate all those offline little things in an online fashion. So that is what how the challenges of the offline success is getting converted into an online kind of a scenario.
Love that.
Some
Monkey
great-
see, monkey do.
Yeah, some great ideas from that. Because the fundamental longevity of the business is the product.
Yeah, it is.
And you guys realize that well, and it's great to see. And a point I want to make too, is that what you've experienced isn't typical, but it is possible.
Yeah.
And that always comes down to, like you said, is just that dedication, that hard work, and that what Gregg was talking about there is about motivation. One of the things that people say to us a lot is, I want freedom.
Yeah.
I want the freedom. And Gregg always mentions this, don't you, about with freedom becomes responsibility, and that responsibility, you got to motivate yourself. Yeah. Talk a little bit about that self-motivation, because that's an area, and especially when people reach a certain thermostat of success. I get to the point, when I'm earning $1,000, I'm going to be, and then they stop working. So how do you keep motivated? What do you use? What do you look for to keep you pushing forward, daily, I suppose?
There is, I don't know whether I should say it or not, but whatever I earn, I spend it very soon. That is one thing that keeps me motivated, because I am young. So yeah, I have investments. I am utilizing my finances well as per my age, but I never keep backup of my money in my savings account or my current account that is operational, not a lot of money, because I don't want that money to overpower me. I don't want that money to create a comfort zone for me to not work, because if my lifestyle expenses are more and I am working for it regularly, it will keep on increasing. But if I'll think in my back of mind that yes, I'm having a lot of money, now what do I have to do, that type of things, it will always stop me to do at least 1% of work. I'm not saying that it will make me too comfortable, but that 1% that is required to level up, that is when you are in thought of having more income than your expenses. So that is what I chase. And secondly, what keeps me motivated is like, whenever I see my team, I always say that my present is your future. And to make it happen, I have to work with them. It's not like that they can be at my level by their own. I have to tell them the way, like how I did. It's up to them that whether they will or not, but I have to show them the way. So being a leader, showing up is my responsibility, as you mentioned. Being on top, success, it is a responsibility. So as I became Diamond Manager, how beautiful Forever's plan is. Diamond Manager is what? I helped 25 people to become manager. That's how I became Diamond Manager. So it's not about I became Diamond Manager. It's about I helped 25 people to achieve what they wanted to achieve in their life. So that is a responsibility of mine. And I teach the same. So if I am on top and I am having responsibilities to help people to be successful, I have to be motivated. There is no option to think that I cannot be self-motivated. It's my responsibility to be motivated.
Nice.
I can vouch for him, Aidan. Like in India, typically people don't value the importance of being on time. And for every event I have seen in the last 6 years, he is the first one from his team to reach that event on time. So he is a perfect role model.
It's important, right?
Yes,
To lead by example.
Absolutely.
And one of the things I was wondering, Harrish, is every time we come here, we talk about the incredible, as you were saying, incredible size of India's market here. And we've grown a lot in the last years. But the potential is incredible. Just what's kind of your thoughts about the future of Forever here in India?
Greg, right now, I would say there's another MLM company which is almost going to touch $1 billion in India. That's going to
Dollars.
be yes,
Not rupee.
not rupees, $1 billion. So I think that's the first milestone in the potential that I look at, to be honest. I'm sorry, I still don't look beyond that, but that's the first milestone. It's a kind of an internal thermostat for me. So that's
It's really interesting. We were like talking today about where we are right now, where the focus and concentration is of the market in India, which a lot of it's in the north of India. And we were talking about how much there is in the
yes.
middle to southern part of India that we haven't really even touched yet.
Absolutely.
And that just got me super excited looking forward that we have so much more to do and so many more people to touch and get to.
Absolutely.
That what the current volume we're doing is nothing,
I know.
right?
Especially when he talks about $1 billion.
Yeah, it's
you know?
unbelievable.
And when we took those numbers, just for the sake of the average person watching, we're not talking about the company making $1 billion.
Yeah.
We're talking about the amount of people that helps.
Yes.
It's just remarkable because, you know, in excess of 50% of what comes in goes straight back out in bonuses,
Absolutely.
straight back out. And that's not even to mention the cost of goods sold and the products that we're sharing with people that are helping people
Absolutely.
too, you know.
Absolutely.
In fact, where were we the other day? Oh, Germany. We were talking to someone from Germany the other day. His number one product that he sells is still Clean 9. And that's been in Germany for probably 2012 probably we launched that. So 14 years or something, 13 years. It's remarkable, and it's still his number one product, you know.
I have friends in Forever. They are selling Clean Line everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Dubai also, as I shifted to Dubai, I have few clients, few friends who are using Clean 9 every month. Because Clean 9 plays an important role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we definitely have seen that product provide a lot for people, you know. You mentioned something when you were talking, the 1%. Because this 1% is so important. And I don't know the numbers, like in baseball, for example, you know, I don't know, you know much about, probably same in cricket, you know, here is that the average batsman, you know, maybe scores 55. But the amazing batsman is 70 or whatever it might be. The difference is very small, but that 1% is what makes the difference. In baseball, it's, You know, if you bat maybe 1 or 2% more than the other guy, you're earning 300 million as opposed to 30 million. You know, what is that 1% in our business? Could you articulate it? Could you identify it? What would it be?
So according to me, that 1% in this business is two things. First, feeling that comfort of doing the business. If you are loving your business, if you are loving your efforts, then it is like you are adopting this business. And second is consistency. That 1% is all about consistency. Like if you are consistent every day, you are 1% doing more, not much. You are just being consistent. But believe me, you are ahead of 99% people in this business, because everyone in this business is not consistent. Everyone in this business is working, but not every day. If you are working if you are working every day, you are in top 1%, 100%.
It's so true, that, isn't it? We say everywhere, consistency. Yeah. You know, like it's like with our growth anagram, the last little E on the end is execute. Yeah. It's the one thing where we see people fail, and they hit that thermostat and then they drop off. And we have that thing is every day, just that consistency. You agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you seen that in your observations?
Yes.
Yeah, developing the right habits.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, for sure. So Krishna, you just made Diamond Manager. Congratulations again. Have you thought about what's your next step? What's your next goal?
To create more diamonds. My whole journey is all about setting a benchmark for me and for my team and for whole FLP India. So now I'm diamond. My next goal is to have few diamonds in my team. And then obviously I will start focusing on my level up as well. But I was just discussing before this podcast. Earlier, there was, if I'm looking in FLP 360 about my rank up, it's showing 3 managers left, 4 managers left. Now it's showing 25 managers left. It's all my 7 years of hard work. I have to do it again for rank up, just for rank up. So yeah, it is nice, but it is tough also. But I'm not going to give up, obviously. I have to be double diamond, triple diamond, centurion, and now all upcoming levels that Honami has set the benchmark of. But yeah, my primary target is of creating more diamonds and more GLTs in my team, because GLT is, I feel, more special than diamond. I don't know why, but I feel GLT.
You are alone. You want more company from India.
I was going to ask you, because you are a GLT member, and what have you learned through that experience, being a part of GLT?
We have talked about this in a lot of trainings and a lot of podcasts. One time Kautar mentioned that being a GLT is having a voice.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing, to be honest. Like if we are in that premium group, it's all about like we know what is going to happen, what are future plans. It's common. Like if there is any company, any program of top elites, they will know that what is going to happen. But having that voice, like if you are facing some challenge, you can keep your thing, that this thing can be done. So that voice and playing a role, I'm not in management. I'm just a FB of this company. But being a GLT, it feels like I'm a part of management. Like I can say something, I can help my team or a whole group or whole India to have some change of something by discussing with all the top executives. So that is what is special about GLT. And one more thing, telling something special about GLT is not like I can say it in words. It's the feel of being in that group. It's the feel of being present in those meetings, of those special trainings, like those special moments of having an environment with all the people who are doing their best in their countries. It's something everyone dreams of. Like my first why of understanding Forever was environment. I mentioned when I understood Forever, I was motivated because of environment. And now I'm GLT. My current why is also environment. I have to be GLT every year because I cannot skip that environment. Because if I have to level up, I have to be in that environment of people thinking of leveling up. So that is what GLT is for me.
That's a brilliant explanation.
It really
GLT.
is.
And that makes us feel better because that's what we wanted to create.
Yeah.
Not in a sense of manipulation, but in a sense of, because we do listen to what's said in those meetings a lot, you know, and we discuss it a lot. And
it's importance and belonging, right? That feeling of belonging.
That sense of belonging, yeah, for sure. I remember, I won't mention a name. She was an English lady who was in the GLT, and the next year she fell out. And we were walking past her to get onto the GLT bus, and she grabbed hold of me. We were really good friends, you know. And she grabbed hold of me. She goes, "You bleep, bleep, bleep," you know. She said, "I'm never going to miss GLT again," as we all walk past, you know. And it's a great sense, like you said, that sense of belonging, that sense of camaraderie, and that ability to pick up the phone anytime and you know, and get a response to that. It's brilliant. You talked a little bit about what's the future FOP India, a little bit about what you're looking for to create more diamonds. It's great. I'm going to throw a question at Gregg here a little bit. As you sit here in India and you think about what is your mindset forever future as we sit here with the potential here. We're on the back of, you guys don't even know this yet, we're on the back of about, I think we grew, 18% last month? Think about that. Uh-huh. 18% forever grew last month. It's just unbelievable.
Worldwide.
Yeah, globally. And probably, we're not sure yet, we'll probably be 5% up at the end of this year to date, you know, when it all comes in, which is just remarkable in the environment we're in. So what are your thoughts about the future? I'm watching this as a supervisor out there in the crowd somewhere.
Oh, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
It's incredible what we have. You know, it's incredible to think about the history in the past and what we've achieved up to this point, but I'm super excited about what the future brings because of guys like him right here, sitting here. I mean, talk about a complete change. There's so many 18-year-olds out there, you know, 18 to 25-year-olds that are trying to find their way and trying to understand what their purpose is in the world. And to be able to have an opportunity that an 18-year-old just coming out of high school to figure that out and become a diamond manager by the age of 25 is just amazing. And think about if we could, you know, have tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of these guys like Krishna. That just is super exciting to me, super motivating, and that's what I want to continue to do. I want to keep traveling. I want to keep meeting. I want to keep convincing people that forever is the change catalyst of the world. Mm-hmm. We can change the world one person at a time with this incredible opportunity that we have. And there's just so many people out there just looking and dying for that. And to have such an incredible product line that helps us be healthy and feel at our best. And you know, when you have all that energy and you feel great, you want to go share it with others. You want to do something with it. And so the future is super bright. And you know, just right here in India is unbelievable, the future. So if you're sitting out there and you're wondering, is this something that's going to grow? I tell you what, it's the right time to be involved in forever right now, because really that momentum's growing, and it is super exciting right now.
Wow, well said, mate. That's awesome. And it's not just in pockets. Yeah. You know,
it's all over.
I don't have the exact number for last month, but it's in excess. It's almost 70 countries that grew last month.
Wow.
So it's
everywhere.
It really is spreading now. That growth mindset and that opportunity is looking great, and the new products and the stimulus of, you know, India's new products getting like Aloe Term is doing amazing in the rest of the world, and we haven't even got it everywhere yet. Yes. You know, and so we're working our way through that. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Yes.
It's always great to be able to sit down with superstars, and it's amazing. Can you think about having his mindset when you were 25?
Wow.
You know, like when I was 25, it just blows my mind, dude. I didn't even get married till I was 28, I don't think. I look back now, but we're proud of you. We're grateful for what you're doing. Harrish, for your support, for your steady hand, at this chaotic wheel, is remarkable. And we've covered a lot of bases here, but I think it came down to one word that I'll take away from the chat we had with Rolf. It was comfort zone. Yeah. From this one, consistency.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that just struck me, was that reminder of that personal discipline that we have to have, is to be consistent in this business. And it isn't easy.
Yeah, it is
it's difficult, and it requires a lot of us and asks a lot of us. And I would hate anyone to look at this and think, oh yeah, it was easy for Krishna, it was easy for Harrish, it was easy for Gregg. And it isn't, and it takes a flipping, excuse my French, but a crap ton of hard work, but it is
But
amazing.
it's well worth it.
But it is amazing when it, and all of the people we help. So we're looking for tomorrow. We got 17,000 people coming to join us.
Yes.
17,000 Krishna's friends that come to join us. But on behalf of Gregg and myself, thank you so much. And folks, that's about the close of our 6th episode of the Powered by Forever podcast. I hope that you've enjoyed joining us as we've traveled around the world. I'm not sure where next will be. I know that Gregg and I were leaving India on Wednesday, and then we're off to spend some time in Romania, and then to Hungary right after that. Back home for a couple days, and then back out to Asia. So we're trying our best to keep this growth mindset going. For all of you that are watching, thank you for spending a few minutes with us. Thanks for all that you do to help Forever be what we know to be the greatest opportunity in the world. Until then, we love you. Let's grow forever.